Okay, so I'm here at Edgbaston. I've just set up some drills ready for a young man called Roshan, who is part of the Warwickshire Development Programme. He's a 13-year-old, and I met him last November when we were starting our performance development programme here at Edgbaston. We've had a few sessions together, no one-to-ones, but we've been group sessions. Some small groups, some big groups. Today's going to be our first one-to-one, so we're getting to know each other a little bit today, and we'll be getting to know each other obviously as we progress over the coming season. He is a number 3 batsman, and he's an opening bowler as well. So it's really important that we maintain his fitness over the season and over the weeks that we're working together. I'll be talking about that with him at later sessions rather than today, but it's something that I'm very mindful of. He does play a lot of sport generally. I know he played rugby yesterday, so he does keep himself fit. Again, I've got to be mindful of the fact that with him playing rugby, he will pick up some knocks and scrapes and a few little niggles and injuries. So I need to be very mindful of that, and I'll be thinking about that when we're working through the session today. What we've done over the winter is to do some video analysis. We did that with a group of people, and I had Roshan come in, and we looked at the videos and talked about the various aspects of the game that both he wanted to work on and things that I felt that he wanted to work on. One specific that came out of that was his back foot play. In particular, he tends to, rather than go back and across the ball and get himself in line, tends to lean back a little bit and try and hit the ball a little bit too hard. It's not uncommon in 13-year-olds, they just want to get the ball hit away from them. So we're going to be working on getting him in line, stepping back and across, getting himself in line so the ball is under his eyes when he's playing the shot. He's getting nice and tall over the ball, and then just gliding the ball through a coned area. I don't want him hitting the ball too hard. We'll focus on making sure he doesn't hit the ball too hard, because then he'll lose his technique and his shape. So we want to get a good balance going back and across, and then playing the ball through with control on the top hand. The drills that I'm going to do, I've set up to start with, obviously, as I said before, I'm mindful of the fact that he played rugby yesterday. I want to get him warmed up and get used to the movement. So to begin with, I'll be feeding the ball underarm to him. He'll be stepping back and across and catching the ball, just to get used to the movement and the shape that I want him to be in, or that we want him to be in. And then we'll introduce the bat, get him to play his shots with the bat, have a bit of a chat, and when I'm happy, we'll go on to the bowling machine as well and get him working with that. So we'll see how we get on. You good? Ready to start? Okay. So this is Roshan. He's just arrived, and we are about to get underway with our first session. I've given him a quick chat about what we're going to do already, but we're going to go through the details of the session now. So first of all, Roshan, you played rugby yesterday. How are you feeling? Your body okay?
Yes.
Excellent. Now we've had a few sessions for today. They're all group sessions. We've done some video analysis. Do you remember what we looked at when we videoed?
Back foot and front foot.
Yeah, that's right. What specifically about those?
Against baseball, how we played and front foot attacking shot.
Okay, so today what we're going to look at is your back foot specifically. Do you remember what we talked about with your back foot when we were looking to work on?
When I went back foot, I went straight. I didn't go straight up. But I just went straight back.
Yeah.
To my legs. So
okay. And what happens when you end up doing that?
End up against
yeah. Anything else? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's quite right. So so if you were going to go back and across, by doing that, what is that going to happen?
It helps me not swing or squaring up.
Yeah. So in terms of getting your body into the right position and your eyes and watching it, is there anything about that you think it would help?
It's just easy.
So when you're watching the bowler coming into bowl, you're stood still watching him, and you're do you say you're head to where the ball is there? Side on, and you're in line? Okay, so when he's bowled it, you realise it's going back and the ball's going away from you. What are you doing when you start bowling? So you're going back and across, which means after you do yourself right, you're getting in line. That's exactly. So that's what we want to work on today. We'll work a bit more on some of the bits later on in the session. All right. So just before we get underway, very quickly tell me what sort of ball are you going to be playing?
Around
bouncing about chest height, probably just over a stump height, between stump and chest height. Alright, because you played rugby yesterday, I want to make sure you're moving, and we're also going to get you warmed up by moving the position that you're moving into. Right, so I'm going to be flipping the watching your arm from here. We don't need you back to start with. If you want to put it back to start, you don't need to. We've already got one glove on, so you may as well put the other one on. So you'll get to a position, I'll feed them under arm, I just want you catching the stop. So you're going back and across and catching it all. And I want you to catch it that way. Okay, why do you think that is?
So when I'm in front, when I'm high elbow.
Right, high elbow, what else is back here? Yeah, we're over the ball and it's where is it relative to you? So I'm getting back and across, I'm getting in. So do you want to grab your other glove? We'll introduce the back as we go. You set? You good? What do we say about the front arm? That's it. Whoops, sorry about that. Don't worry about the ball dropping, I just want to see you in the right position. So if the ball hits your hands and you drop it, that's absolutely fine. Just want you in the right position. Slightly wider. That was a bit high. Okay, that's good. A couple more of those and clear up. Just get yourself chat about these and we'll clear up. So how did you find that? So positioning, do you feel comfortable going back and across? Do you feel it was easier? Well, how did you feel about catching the ball from when it was a slightly lower? So a couple of foot slightly wider of the stumps. How did you feel about catching those?
It's harder to react to. As I've got more of those, it's easier to catch it.
Yeah. So do you think the movement helped you to get across? If you'd been stood still or going straight back, what do you think you'd been able to do to catch it? Do you think you could have done? It's a lot harder, isn't it? Okay, so there's one point to make before we go into using the back as well. Do that and clear up more, we'll get back. When you go back and across, where do you think your weight is distributed? Yeah. So we're moving into our back foot. Okay, we need to get our weight, our balance right, our weight right when we're back. Which is your back foot. Yeah, your back foot. What happens to the front foot? Just follows it. Yeah, that's right. So your weight is on your back foot. No balance there. This is just using this. Just okay, brilliant. Let's get these cleared up. Get your back foot. Whoops, sorry. A bit high, my bad. Good. Good. That's really good. So there, why did you leave that? Too far away from your body? So why do you think it's too far away from your body? Okay, come up this way, mate. Can't be so it was quite wide. So what do you think about your movement? Your back foot movement? So we have to be very careful. Always slightly wider. The right thing by leaving it is you won't be right position to play. Whereas if you're taking a long stride, you'll be over the top of the play. So that's important. Carry on. Good. Well watched. That's a good strike. Good. Well watched. Well done. Good. Well played. Well, that was a very early move. Good. Good lad. Last couple. Good, that's really good. Stop. Well, watch there. One more. Good. Well done. Pick up. How was that? I feel it.
It's better than my movement last time.
Yeah. Does it feel comfortable?
Yeah.
Do you feel more control in the ball? Yeah. Any stage do you think anything about the power of the shot, how you're playing the shot, how you get the ball rolling?
It was easier to put more effort into power.
Yeah.
Than before, because you have to reach that far.
Yeah. So by not reaching that far, and still having the same sort of power, what do you have over the ball then? It's not a trick question, don't worry about it. So whereas if you're swinging here, the ball's out there somewhere, you're just trying to hit the thing. You're not getting. Are you getting full blade in the back to it? You are here. Yeah. And you've got to go back to it. What do you have over the ball? What can you do with it? Control it exactly. Which hand do you think it is that controls the top hand every time? So that's why we get nice and tall, then we get yeah, use it to go, use it to push it, yes, that's exactly right. Well, that was really good. Your movement's much better. Okay, what we want to have a look at, we're going to move on to the machine now. Okay, I want to have a look at that movement still, keeping that control over the ball. Alright, so we're going to be aiming again to be hit between those two white coats. that last delivery, do you want to talk me through the sort of shot that you played?
I didn't get to the ball.
So you don't think you got yourself back in the crossing? So where do you think you did it though? In relation to where you were stood, where the ball was, so you've said that you didn't go back across the ball, so where did you end up going? Straight back here, which means that when we play our shot, where are we playing? So yeah, playing backwards, but that's exactly right. We're away from your body, so we lose control. Exactly right. So if you're not there, do you think playing the shot is what you're doing, or do you think you should practically be like that? Yeah. So I mean, you dealt with it okay. You know, like that was the adjustment. Let's make sure we focus on that back foot. Go back and across. It's a little bit different when we've got the machine going, so I just want to get used to that. We've got a few buckets, so we'll get through them. And we'll just get you going back and forth. If you're not in position, I'd probably leave it, because if you're not in control, anyway, yeah, so you probably have to be doing something to you. So you don't want to be getting yourself like that. So let's make sure we're in the right place, in the right position, in line with the ball. Finish on that last one because that was really good. You hit that really well. Okay. So how do you feel that? Actually, go back to the rest of the camera. How do you feel that last little bit went? In terms of your shape, do you think? What do you think about your shape? Do you think it was improved? Do you think it was? Yeah. And what gave you that opportunity? That's exactly right. So towards the end, how many do you think went through those white cones? Yeah, and that was when you were doing what? Yeah, that's exactly right. So actually, as we got towards the end there, you were getting right across and getting in line, and that control over the ball was brilliant. You get some nice power through the ball from just guiding it through there. So just using, what are you using when you're getting your power there? Apart from that? So you've got your top hands, your what hands? Yeah, so what does it do? With the shot, how's it managing the shot? We talked about it just before. bottom hand, your right hand, is the guide of the ball. So where do we get our power? So typically when you've got a ball coming through that short to you and you're playing it back, what sort of bowler is one getting? Usually a pace bowler. So in order to get our power, what are we using? Exactly, the pace of the ball. So we don't need to hit it too hard. So we're just getting in control, using the ball and hitting it away. Okay, that's really good. So before we finish up this particular part of the session, do you want to tell me, tell me the 3 points that we focused on today about the field? Yep. So what does that do? Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Well, where do we play the ball in relation to our body?
Close.
Close and underneath our eyes. Exactly right. So we've got complete control of it. It's really good. Okay, so there are other aspects of that. When we go back across, by getting ourselves in line with that, what can we do in terms of our shots?
Control where they go.
Exactly right. We can control where they go, which means what? Exploit the gaps. Exactly right. So where do you think? So if we're back across, where do you think you can play your shots? Yeah. And anywhere else?
Yeah.
Exactly right. So you've got your full array of shots just by getting yourself back across and into line. Okay, so it's fundamentally important to really make sure we concentrate. What we'll do as we go over the sessions now is we'll do a bit more work on your front foot as well, but particularly getting into line with the ball, where it's being delivered from, to enable you to create a game plan, manage your game plan so you can hit the ball into the games, put it any way you like once you're in your position, in a balance position. Okay, just one last thing. Remind me where our weight is when we're playing the shot. Remind me where we put our weight. Where's our weight? Back foot. So we're on the back foot. Okay, that was really good. Well done. That's us finished. So something I forgot to say was have you got any questions for me over the session? That doesn't look like a yes. Okay, that's absolutely fine. When we go through these, what I'm trying to do is ask me questions and tell me what you think. Ultimately, it's you're the player that we're working with, and you have to be comfortable. We all have our own styles of play. Okay, so if you're comfortable doing something and you can tell me, if you have a particular question